Grains continue to rally on Wednesday. Rich Nelson with Allendale joins us with some analysis. And we've had a nice rally in the grains, Rich. Are we trying to price in lower yield at this point?
And that's a good question. I would say it's not exactly a lower yield we're pricing in. Perhaps we would say it's not as big of a yield increase coming as the market had prior expected. Keep in mind, at one point, soybeans, based on both yields and export concerns, they're pricing in the idea of perhaps stock numbers as much as 100, 120 million bushels over USDA's most recent estimate. So I think we're simply reining in some what were prior very bearish expectations here.
Right. And that was what you found in your annual survey on yield, wasn't it?
That sure is right. So results released here Wednesday. We got to point out 183 or 182.5 bushels an acre for corn. That's down 0.6 from USDA's August numbers. Soybean side 53.3. That's only up 0.1 from USDA's August numbers. So I think there is a lightly changed narrative, perhaps with this survey as well as with this dryness showing up across the Midwest here now.
Do you think that points towards maybe USDA not making many changes in the September WASI, Rich?
Well, that's a good possibility. And keep in mind, I'm not going to post a definite answer on that one simply because keep in mind the past few years we have seen as time goes into harvest, we find a little better crops than expected. And given this year's good July precip and maybe backed off rainfall for August, I'm still not going to say it's not a possibility. So it's a 50-50 chance right now whether USDA will be raising yields or not in next week's report.
Yeah. And demand is picked up, but the funds are covering shorts. How much will they push this thing?
That's a good question here. Keep in mind here, because on the corn side especially, if we don't have a yield increase next week, and we're left with these stock numbers around 2.0 or 2.1 billion bushels, this could allow this market to have a little more upside, perhaps another 30 to 40 cents on corn, soybeans maybe another 20 cents or so. So keep in mind, there is still upside if we don't have this yield increase coming for next week's report.
Okay, thanks for joining us. Rich Nelson with Allendale. We'll have more AgDay tonight.